Now, the big question after watching Kody's apology tour, especially that first leg where he approached Janelle, he apologized, and it seemed as though she had melted away in his presence, his grace. She gave it to him. Oh, Kody, I knew you always loved me. Many of the audience members who watched that came back and they said, James, they got back together. They hooked it up again. They hooked up like two old train cars in a rail yard. They hooked it up. Now, here's the thing about it. I don't necessarily disagree that there is a potential there for that to happen. But here's the thing. Is there a path for Janelle to get back? Is there a path for her to go back and rejoin the family, her and Kody start their relationship all over again? I don't think there is. And I'm going to lay out why. You're here with me where you wanna be at the algorithm. Just you and me. Now, before we get into the histrionics and the present day and all that stuff, I want to open with a quote. If they don't miss you in your absence, they never valued your presence. Now, that means a couple of things. One, Janelle has been gone literally for years now, right? Kody's not chomping at the bit to get her back. He's not calling her up, begging her, baby, whatever I did, I'm sorry. Please come on back to me. That's not what he's doing. Okay. In that instance, he's not valuing the contributions that Janelle made to the family. He's not valuing her sacrifices. He's not valuing the companionship that she provided to him. And when we say this, it's not just the fact that he didn't value your presence and he doesn't miss you in your absence. That's not just it. It's also the point that sneakily comes in there that says he's not willing to do anything to get you back either. Is he willing to cede any ground? Is he willing to change? Is he willing to provide you the things that you need for you to come back? And in this case, I don't think that pathway is there for her because I don't think he's willing to do what is necessary for Janelle to feel comfortable to come back into the family. Now, when we look back at what happened historically, because, all relationships, no matter what, are built on previous experiences. Right? What you've experienced with that person, that's how you build trust. That's how you build friendship. That's how you build love and romance. What is my experience with you? Now, historically, when we look at this relationship, as we know from Becoming Sister Wives, the interviews that they had conducted, this isn't the first time that Janelle left Kody. This isn't even kind of close. Janelle had been away from Kody for what seemed like years in a couple cases where she, got tired of his shit or she was, moving up her opportunity ladder at her workplace. Kody wasn't. He decided he wanted to move the family somewhere else. Janelle said, you know what? I'm enjoying where I'm at. I have a house that I like. I don't want to move. He moved. She stayed. After a while, she went back. Right? And the whole thing is she already tested the one important question that you have to ask in any relationship. Can I live with this? Is whatever's going on, is it bad enough for me to want to pack my bags and go? Or is it not bad enough where I can stay? And at the end of the day, that matters because she's not just sitting here reacting in the moment. Like, this isn't a heat of the moment thing. This is something they've done before. This is something they're currently doing. They've separated. They've had time to cool down. So now cooler heads are prevailing. And this is them actually thinking about what it is they want to do and doing the thing that they want to do intentionally. And I think that at the end of the day, she might be recognizing what she thought was a familiar pattern, but is substantively changed. Now, when we talk about like the idea of Janelle even before, first and foremost, I like to say that I personally do not like the idea of the breakup, makeup, getting back together stuff. I don't like that, especially when it's on a cycle and it just keeps happening and happening. Every 2 weeks, when you run into somebody at the mall or the super center or the shopping center or whatever, at the store, You're afraid to ask them about the other person because you don't know if it's an on week or off week.
They're together, but they're not together, but they could be together. They're stupid.
Right? I don't like those kind of things. And there's a couple reasons why I don't like it. Now, first and foremost, I think you got to keep in mind that there's a reason why you broke up in the first place.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Unless there's something wrong with you, there's a reason why you guys decided that it just wasn't working out. Now, the question is it a big reason, a little reason? Is it worthwhile or whatever the case may be? When you break up for a reason and you decide to get back together, one of two things is kind of true. Either that reason no longer exists or it wasn't important, or it's not important enough for you to stay broke up, in which case it probably wasn't important enough for you to break up in the first place. And this also gets to something that was taught to me when I was a young man. When you go back in some of these situations, if somebody does something terrible to you, for instance, adultery or whatever the case may be, and you take them back, there is a small part of that equation that basically says when you take them back that their behavior was okay. You're kind of signing off on it. You say, no, I didn't agree to that. I don't agree with that. That's why we broke up, but you came back. Oh, but I told them if they do it again, that would be it. And they would believe you. Why? Because last time they did something like this, you guys broke up and you got back together. That's why I don't like the idea of it. Now, I'm not blaming anybody who does it because people are people, but just as a general rule, that's the rule I shoot for. I also don't like threatening it because the first time you threaten it, it's a big deal. After the 100th time, it's just what you do. Okay, and the same thing with the breakups. The first time that Kody and Janelle broke up, it was probably life-changing, life-shattering. Oh, my goodness, what am I going to do? We never going to get back together. It's over. Oh, the end of the world. Now it gets to a point where you guys have a disagreement. Okay, F you, I'm out. I'm done. I don't want to talk to you. See you at Christmas.
She'll be back.
Right? And when that happens, a few things occur. You know, you start to take that breakup for granted. She left because she was tired of his rubbish. She was tired of his crap. I'm out of here. I'm tired of your crap. I'm coming back because I think things are going to be different.
Right, yeah.
That's bullshit.
My question is this. When you came back, did things actually change? And if so, for how long? Because usually that's the other part of it. They treat it like a 90-day probation period on a work thing. Well, I can't wait for my 90 days to be up because I'm going to call out for a whole week, right? They treat it like, you know, they're good for a very short time. When they figure they're not in trouble anymore, all of a sudden they back to doing the same old stuff they was doing right before y'all broke up the first time. So that kind of comes into play. And so when I asked the question, how much actually changed when she left the first time and when she came back, and then when she left the second time and she came back, how much actually changed? And you get used to, I'm going to leave for a little bit, then I'm going to come back. You'll take me back. We'll argue. We'll sit up here and say we're sorry, and we're going to focus on one another. I come back. Everything is cool. The problem that they have now is that things are fundamentally different. Things are fundamentally different. Because now, when she left the family, she's talking to Kody, basically saying in season 17 she was having problems. You know, they were, Garrison and them were kind of contacting Kody. She was having difficulty. She said, "Oh, Kody, Garrison and Gabe are out of the house. Hunter, Logan are out the house. Maddie's married, out the house. The only one I have left is Savannah. Why don't we focus on one another? Why don't we focus on our relationship?" Kody says, "That sounds good." Oh, yeah.
Kody, I think you and I are at a very logical place where the kids are now leaving, and all of a sudden I'm looking at you and I'm like, oh, wow, maybe we should have a better relationship.
I agree.
Okay, good. Well, I think we agree on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. We need to have a better relationship. But when he was having that conversation, he wasn't just talking about a relationship between himself and Janelle. What he was talking about was Janelle accepting her new role in his new relationship. Because if you recall from my last video, which I'll leave a link either here or wherever I can leave a link, referring back to the video where I talked about Janelle basically being a side chick. Technically, the OG3 were all side chicks. They were side chicks in waiting. They were waiting for Kody to find himself a main woman, a wife, or main relationship, and they were just going to be sides to that relationship. We can talk about it, call in, leave a speak pipe, whatever the case may be. We can talk about it if you disagree. But in that instance, he's saying to her, yeah, Savannah's leaving. We can focus on us. But in order for us to get back to us, there's one hurdle that you're going to have to cross. One Rubicon that you're going to have to cross. You're going to have to come into the family. What do you mean she's going to have to come into the family? See, because now he has a family. His family is Robyn. She has to accept Robyn. Even during that conversation, when they were having it, I said it was at Salsa Brava, but it was like the Olive something or other. When they were having that conversation back in season 17, and she was trying to remake the relationship between the two of them, he said, you have to create a relationship with Robyn. What about Robyn? Explain to me why you have a good relationship with Christine, but you don't have a good relationship with Robyn. Because Robyn is his wife. You got to have a good relationship with her. She is my family. She is the family. Kody later, unironically, in this season 20, where Kody was sitting there talking on the first leg of the apology tour, Janelle once again said, I was too focused on the kids. I should have been focused on me and you, as a couple. And he's, you should have been focused on the two of us. It was about the two of us because I want to leave Robyn out of it. You should have been focused on the two of us. But where had we heard this before? There was a point in season 17, same season, a little bit before the conversation that I just showed you, where Kody happens to be sitting on a porch with his 4 wives having a conversation because one of them was about to depart. And he had this to say.
This is what I remember. I was interested in the family, not in the man. That's been your mantra. But it became about the man and not about the family. And that, I think, is my angry place. That's the reason I'm struggling with this. I'm angry that you weren't willing to invest in the family, but you were only interested in what I could do for you, me as a resource for you. And it breaks my heart because now we're at this point where it's just over and it's done.
See, he was angry because Christine was too focused on the man and trying to have a relationship with the man. And she wasn't too focused on the family. And even in that conversation, what was the family he was referring to? He didn't say the kids, the kids are easy, but you need to have a relationship with these other people. She had a great relationship with Janelle. So good, in fact, he was pissed off at how awesome her relationship was with Janelle. He didn't give a damn about a relationship with Mary because he didn't even want to have a relationship with Mary, which only left one person, Robyn.
He's absolutely right.
Thank you.
So she had to have a good relationship with Robyn. That's why he was yelling at Christine. Ultimately, that's why he was yelling at Janelle. So what I'm saying is the pathway back for Janelle, if she wants access to Kody, what she has to do is she has to bend the knee to Robyn. Essentially, when Janelle comes back into the Brown family, she's not coming back into the Brown family. She's not joining Kody's family. She's joining Kody and Robyn's family. She's their third. She's the second sister wife, or however you want to try to term it. In more normal parlance, she'd be the side chick to Kody's relationship, like as I had said earlier. And that's how he's trying to do it. He's trying to get Janelle to not only focus on him, but to be subservient to Robyn. And this is where Janelle has to ask this very important question. Janelle has to decide if the price of admission to this family is too high. Because when you come into this family, it's not enough for you just to love on Kody and be trying to be united with Kody and create a relationship with Kody. No. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to give away your dignity. You're going to have to shortchange your pride. You're going to have to get a refund on all that self-esteem that you've been building up as an independent, strong woman. You're going to have to turn that in so that you can now get the Robyn token, which is just basically you do what Robyn say. Robyn say jump, you say how high. Robyn say bend over, you just bend your ass over and grab ankles. That's it. Full stop. And I think that when we watch it, it's easy to say that there was a connection between Kody and Janelle, that there was a animal magnetism and attraction, however you want to phrase it. But in order for Janelle to come back into the family and rejoin the fold, I think that that's the conversation that Kody had with her. It's not just about Kody and Robyn at this point, or Kody and Janelle at this point. It's about Janelle making Robyn feel comfortable. And it's not just a question of whether she's going to stay and leave. It's a question of, do you want to stay and accept diminished self-respect, or leave and keep your autonomy and independence? For Janelle, in this particular instance, as we know, because she goes back and applies for the release, autonomy wins out. But here's a side note. In a pursuit of trying to get back with Kody, there's a possibility, and it pains me to say this, but there's a possibility that deep down in their psyche, Janelle could have lost a lot of respect from her kids, because the kids are always watching. In these types of relationships, the kids are always watching. And her kids in particular, it sounds like a big part of their disagreement with their father is over their mother and how he was treating her. And it's hard to go to bat for somebody, and you're willing to sacrifice relationships. You're willing to burn down holidays and reunions. You're willing to disconnect from your siblings who you care about, all in the name of protecting your mom, and your mom to turn around and say, you know what? It's okay. I don't mind. He's fine. It's our relationship. Stay out of it. Don't worry about it. Right? It's a hurt piece. And there's also a point where Janelle would have to acknowledge that she would be creating a model of acceptance of this type of behavior. You're creating a model for your kids to watch and to aspire to. And my question, when I see this kind of thing, it's just me and it's my relationship and I don't understand why it's anybody else's business. My question is this: when your kids are watching this and you're telling your kids, tacitly, granted, but you're telling your kids that this type of relationship is okay, how would you feel if your kids were involved in a relationship like this? If their partners were treating them the way Kody is treating you, would you accept it? Or would you be standing over a hole somewhere with a shovel? You understand what I mean? Would it be okay for them to do them like this? Or would you be encouraging them to find themselves, find their independence, find their strength, and move on and find somebody who's going to appreciate them? And that's kind of where it is. So I think that it goes kind of two ways there. But then on the third end of it, when we talk about Kody's perspective, when you take that on and you accept that situation, despite how it looks for your kids, despite how you feel about it, when you accept that situation, you're also giving your partner information. Because by Kody's logic, if he's sitting there arguing with your kids about how he's treating you, wouldn't he be able to look at them and say, if your mom is okay with how I'm treating her, why are you so upset? What are you mad about? Your mom is cool with it. She doesn't have a problem with it. Why are you all up in her business? Why do you care? When you're mad at me saying I'm treating her wrong, she's walking around with a smile on her face. How dare you try to have her live your life?
Stop telling me how to live my life. You just shut up.
We'll get a little flip on that, because the kids usually are the ones, you can't tell me how to live my life. We're the adults. How you going to tell us how to live our life? Your mom is happy. I'm happy. This is how our relationship works. You guys don't know what polygamy is about. This is the way polygamy works, because that's what he used to do all the time. When he would try to explain bad behavior, you guys just don't understand polygamy. And in no small part, this is how dysfunction gets passed down to generation. This is the beginning of the start and or continuation of generational curses. because there's a normalizing effect. When a parent accepts conditions and conditional love, it teaches the kids to accept those same conditions, that same conditional loves. It teaches them that it's okay. And as long as you're in love, or he says he's sorry, or he pretends like he's apologetic, or he promises he'll do better, that it's okay. And you can love him through it.
It's not normal.
It's very normal.
And Janelle is interrupting that cycle. And I appreciate that for her. I appreciate the fact that she's being a role model, not only for her kids, but for her kids' kids, her grandkids. And that's a big reason why I think that Janelle can't go back, because she even recognizes that in order for her to go back, Janelle would be unrecognizable. If Janelle goes back into this relationship the way Kody wants to reorganize it, Janelle, as we know her, as we've seen her on TV, would be completely unrecognizable for her to be accepted, not only by Kody, but for her to be accepted by Robyn. Let me know what you guys think. Am I on track? Am I led astray? Am I being, misunderstanding some things? Am I missing some things? Let me know down below. Okay. Or you can leave a message on SpeakPipe, a 1.5-minute message, or a few of them on speakpipe.com/mytakeonreality. All right. And you, as always, leave a comment down below. Give me that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notification. That's my take. I'm James. This has been My Take on Reality, and I'm out.